Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about the sale that happened before you even picked up the phone. We're looking really closely at your online reputation, but we're framing it as a pre-sale conversation. Look, if you're a senior care operator, I need you to lean in and really think about this for a second. The single most absolutely crucial sales moment in your entire business, it might be happening right this very second. And the kicker? It's happening completely without you in the room. Your online reputation is actively out there doing the heavy lifting right now, either closing deals on your behalf or, well, losing them before any human conversation ever even takes place. To really grasp this invisible sale, we have to put ourselves directly in the shoes of the families you serve. Paint this picture in your mind. It's 10 p.m., a family, totally stressed out to the max, is sitting in a dark hospital parking lot. They're overwhelmed, they are completely exhausted, and they are desperately scrolling through care options on their smartphones. This isn't happening during your standard 9-to-5 office hours, right? This is happening when your doors are locked and the lights are out. They're looking for someone they can literally trust with their loved one's life. And this late-night silent search, that is your very first impression. Every single review they read is basically a surrogate for a conversation they just aren't having with you.
Okay, let's dive into this. When families are in the middle of this super stressful late-night research spiral, they aren't just looking at one quick source and calling it a night. No way. The data actually shows that families research senior care providers across an average of 3 to 5 different platforms before they ever make that crucial first contact with your agency. They're taking those paper recommendations they got from the hospital discharge planners, and they're cross-checking them against what they find on Google or Yelp or Facebook. If the hospital handed them your brochure, you better believe they're immediately verifying you online to see what real families have experienced. They're building an entire profile of who you are based entirely on what other people say.
So, what happens when all this invisible, multi-platform research hits a brick wall? Specifically, I'm talking about a negative review that has just been left sitting there, completely ignored. We call this the cost of silence. When a highly stressed family sees a complaint that the business hasn't even bothered to acknowledge, let alone absolve, honestly, it speaks volumes. It tells them, hey, maybe they won't be responsive to my needs either. It instantly creates this narrative of neglect before they even really know your name. Now, you might be wondering about the actual hard data behind that silence. It's a bit of a wake-up call. Research on the impact of unanswered negative reviews shows that a single, unresponded to negative review can cost a home care agency an estimated 22% of prospective clients who read it. Just let that sink in for a second. Nearly a quarter of your potential clients, families who are actively waving their hands looking to hire care right now, will literally just walk away simply because a negative review was ignored. That is a massive, massive hit to your growth, and it's happening completely out of sight.
So the absolutely crucial point here is that we need a reality check on how we view our ratings. I see a lot of operators assume that if they have a near-perfect rating from, say, a couple of years ago, they're completely covered, kind of like those stars never expire. They think that older, high score is good enough for today's buyer. But actually, scratch that, it doesn't work that way anymore. The truth is, the families researching you right now are looking for hard proof that you were delivering excellent care today, not just last year or the year before. A glowing 5-star review from 2019, that doesn't tell a family whose mom is being discharged tomorrow that your current staff is reliable. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we mean about review recency. Think about this comparison. On one hand, you have a profile with a great 4.5-star rating, but the most recent review is from 8 solid months ago. On the other hand, you have a slightly lower 4.3-star rating, but they've got 4 fresh reviews just in the past 2 weeks. To a family desperately doing research, that second profile actually reads so much better. Why? Because recency signals that the business is alive, it's active, it's engaged, and it's currently making clients happy. Fresh feedback almost always beats out an older, slightly higher score. Every time. Okay, let's pivot and look at the actionable solution here. Knowing all of this, how are the absolute best in the business actually adapting? The senior care operators who are leading the pack in occupancy and referral volume, the ones really looking ahead to 2026, have completely stopped treating reputation management as this reactive, occasional chore. Something you only scramble to deal with when things go wrong. Instead, they're wildly proactive. They are building a 2026 conversion layer right into the very fabric of their business. They've taken this entire strategy and baked it directly into their daily operations. First up, they have strict protocols to request reviews at moments of peak client satisfaction. They aren't just crossing their fingers and hoping for good reviews. They are systematically asking for them right when clients are the happiest. Second, strict response protocols.
Every single review, positive or negative, gets a thoughtful, professional reply within 72 hours, no exceptions. And third, they maintain a really tight monthly rhythm of monitoring and updating their profiles so the information is always fresh and active. It becomes a machine, not just an afterthought. This operational shift is exactly what the silvercore.io platform is designed to help you build. It is so vital to understand that this is not just another flashy marketing campaign that you run for a month and forget about. It is an automated pre-sale conversion layer that works every single hour you aren't watching. It's out there working for you at 10 o'clock p.m. when that totally stressed family is sitting in the hospital parking lot scrolling on their phone. It ensures that your best, most recent, and most responsive face is presented to the world 24/7. It secures that invisible sale. I want to leave you with one final super important thought to reflect on today. What do families and referral partners see when they search your exact business name right now? Seriously, are they seeing an active, highly responsive agency that cares, or are they seeing red flags and total silence? If you want to take control of this invisible sale, head over to silvercore.io to book a call or just watch our demo. Your reputation is shaping your growth right this very second. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and we will catch you next time.